Have you ever had someone look you straight in the face and talk to you like you're less than human? Like you're not a person, just an obstacle between them and what they want? Because when this customer called me stupid over a speaker we didn't even have in stock, I smiled and made a quiet decision that would follow him home. If you've ever worked retail, if you've ever swallowed your pride because you had to be professional, and if you've ever fantasized about a small, perfect, absolutely deserved moment of revenge, hit that like button, subscribe, and get comfortable, because this one is subtle, but so satisfying. Small blue diamond, the reality of retail. I've worked retail for 3 years, and if you've ever done it, you know exactly what that means. You learn to smile while being insulted. You learn to apologize for things you didn't cause. You learn how to keep your voice calm while your stomach knots up. Eventually, you grow a thick skin. But every once in a while, someone finds the one crack you didn't know was there, and they press it. Small blue diamond, enter the antagonist. It was a weekday afternoon, not busy, not slow. The kind of shift where you're alert, but relaxed. That's when he walked in. Middle-aged, rigid posture, jaw clenched like he'd already lost an argument before entering the store. He didn't browse, didn't look around. He marched straight to the counter. And before I even finished saying, "Hi, how can I help you?" I could feel it. This man came in angry. Small blue diamond, the request. He wanted a specific speaker, a popular one we had on sale. I checked the system. Sold out. Every location nearby? Sold out. I looked back up at him and calmly said, "Looks like we're out at this location, but I can check other stores or order it online for you at the same sale price." Reasonable, helpful, professional. He stared at me like I'd personally offended him. Then he leaned forward and said something along the lines of, "Are you stupid? Just check the back." Not loud enough to cause a scene, but loud enough to sting. You know that feeling when your chest tightens and your ears get hot? When you're suddenly very aware of your hands, of your breathing, of how badly you want to say something you absolutely can't. That was the moment. But I didn't argue, didn't defend myself. I smiled and said, "Sure, sir. Let me check." I walked to the back. The door closed behind me, and I just stood there. 3 full minutes. No checking, no searching. Just standing in silence, letting my pulse slow, letting the decision form. Because sometimes revenge doesn't come from rage. It comes from patience. I walked back out. Same calm tone. Same professional smile. "Sorry, sir. We don't have any in the back." He scoffed. Didn't apologize. Didn't look embarrassed. Instead, he grabbed a different speaker. More expensive. Clearly not what he wanted, but his pride wouldn't let him walk out empty-handed. I rang him up, bagged the speaker. And that's when I remembered something very important. Our return policy. To return an item easily, you need the receipt. Yes, you can return without one, but it's a nightmare. Manager approval. ID scan. Store credit only. Long lines. Judgmental looks. A process designed to frustrate you into giving up. And suddenly, I had an idea. I printed the receipt and folded it. Once. Twice. Again. Smaller. Smaller. Until it was a tiny square. Then I taped the bag shut. Not lazily. Carefully. Firmly. Then I placed that bag inside another bag. And taped that one shut too. Then, with surgical precision, I slid the folded receipt between the layers, right where the tape met the plastic. Invisible. Secure. Buried. I handed him the bag, smiled, and said, "Have a great day." He didn't say thank you, didn't look at me, just grabbed the bag and walked out. Confident. Unaware. Here's the thing. Nothing bad will happen to him today. Or tomorrow. But one day, he'll decide he doesn't like that speaker. Maybe it sounds wrong. Maybe it's too big. Maybe he just changes his mind. He'll stand at his kitchen counter, try to find the receipt, and realize it's not there. So he'll tear open the first bag. Nothing. Then the second. Tape sticking to his fingers. Plastic stretching. Frustration rising. Eventually, maybe, he'll find it. A crumpled, taped-over square. Sticky. Wrinkled. Barely readable. And he'll stand in line.
And wait.
And explain. And get denied. And feel that same tightness in his chest. That same heat in his ears. That same helpless irritation. All because he couldn't treat a retail worker with basic respect. Did it ruin his life?
No.
But justice doesn't always need to be loud. Sometimes karma is quiet, patient, perfectly timed, and sometimes it fits neatly inside a taped-up plastic bag. If this story made you smile, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real, satisfying revenge stories. And tell us in the comments, what's the pettiest but most deserved revenge you've ever seen? Because sometimes the smallest victories feel the best. Relieved face fire.